So the title of my speech today, Game 3.0. Now let me put this into a little bit of context for you and try and explain what I mean by Game 3.0 and why it's so relevant to everybody here in this room, the game developers, the creators, the people who will be driving our industry forward. There was a magazine front cover late last year which I thought was a pivotal moment in the internet age, which was where Time magazine said that you were the person of the year, democratizing the internet and putting you in control of your entertainment experiences and allowing you as users to share with an entire universe around you. This, I thought, was a great moment for the internet economy, and this is really what a lot of people refer to when they talk about things like Web 2.0. So Web 2.0 is not a standard. It's not something which is a set of rules. It's not something which is a set of software tools. But it is more of a philosophy, and it was something that Tim O'Reilly established when he first came up with this term. And since then, a lot of people in the Web 2.0 community have helped to define and describe and characterize what some of the Web 2.0 applications really should be built upon. Now, these words don't really mean anything until you actually layer on top of this slide the products and services that we all know. These are the products and services that we use every day in our lives, sharing with others, collaborating with others, and empowering audiences through the internet. So this is what we want to do with Game 3.0, is to start a movement which will start to define what this means for our industry as we take it forward over the next 10 years. Let's go back in time first of all though. Game 1.0. This is the founding fathers of our industry. This is where it all started back in the 1970s. And it was all about the disconnected console. The disconnected console which was powered by the static game disc or cartridge experience. The entirety of the software experience as defined by the developer was contained on that piece of plastic. As we move forward, we came into the Game 2.0 era. Now this is the connected console or PC, using the power of the internet for the first time to bring together players from around the world, but still with static game content on the disc. Now the era that we're moving into is Game 3.0. This is all about the connected device, but a connected device empowered by audiences and powered by dynamic content, powered by active communities, built on open standards. This is what we're going to show you today, is what at Sony Computer Entertainment we believe are a couple of applications, 2 or 3 applications which best represent this movement. And these are some of the phrases that we have suggested would best characterize Game 3.0. We want the entire game community to add to this and to amend this and to build on this. This is not something that we are trying to claim as a trademark or a copyright. This is our suggestion for how we might define ourselves going forward. It's all about social interaction. It's about content creation empowered inside the game experience. It's about community. It's about collaboration. It's about customization. It's about emergent entertainment powered by the audience at the center of the entertainment experience. So what we'd like to do now is to share with you some of our ideas for how this will come to life in consumers' hands. The first thing I would like to share with you is not a product, but is a service, and it's a service called Home. Home will be launching for PlayStation 3 later this year and runs directly off the PlayStation 3 cross-media bar, as indeed this entire presentation has been. So you can see we've added an additional icon to the PlayStation 3 cross-media bar, simply a home icon. So let's run and launch into the service, and I'm going to introduce to the stage to help me take us on a tour around the home service, Scott Wargerman, the producer for Home. Scott, please come and join us.
Thanks, Phil. Thank you, Phil.
Okay, so we should have some video up behind us. Other machine, please. Let's try that one more time, shall we? Okay. Can we bring up the PlayStation 3, please? Machine 4. This one. Okay, we changed controllers. Thank you very much. Sorry for that. All right, so let's go back here and run on PlayStation 3 the cross-media button. Here we go. Let's launch straight into home. So we're launching into the online world, and we can connect to the home universe, and this will allow us to experience what everybody will get when they land into home. Now, the first place you will land when you join home is what we call the Central Lounge. Now, the Central Lounge is a space where you can navigate around freely and easily. The first thing you can do is you can customize your character. You can then walk around and you can bring up the virtual PSP, which allows you to very quickly and easily jump to various features within home and customize your character by changing the clothing. Now, you will be able to download additional clothing from the PlayStation Store to extend and expand your experience. You will be able to buy additional clothing, and you will also be able to get clothing which is available for you when you buy PlayStation 3 games. The games themselves will unlock content that allow you to have a t-shirt that is specific to your character. Here we have a SingStar t-shirt, or we can have a Heavenly Sword t-shirt once you buy the game. So Home is a 3D community, which is really a 3D social networking service that allows you to express yourself and your personality. You can also customize your face. We can go in and easily edit what we look like within Home, and you can see that we have a great deal of control over all the different aspects of the face using a very simple control of the thumbsticks left and right, and the ability to move our head around using the 6-axis controller as well. So move the 6-axis about as we tilt around. There we go. So rather than spend a great deal of time focusing on individual face customization, let's go and look at some presets that we've made already. And you can see that a tremendous variety of face presets that we've made allow users to really customize their look and feel, not just how they look, but their face, their hair, and the accessories that they wear as well. So where can you go in Home? Well, look around you. First of all, you can see behind us that we have dynamic advertising being pushed into the space. This allows the latest games or game brands or any brand to be represented inside the Home Central Lounge. As we walk around, you can see that our banner ads really are banners. They are located in the 3D world, as is HD quality video, the ability to have high definition quality video streamed and run inside the 3D space. Obviously advertising, obviously latest games could be shown this way as well. You'll notice that every user around you is communicating. These are other PlayStation 3 users who are communicating with each other using a variety of technologies. We can use quick chat, we can use virtual keyboards, and we can use voice chat. This will allow us to string together big sentences, and we can also use animations. So, Scott, you can show us what we can do here today?
Everything we do in Home is as easy and simple to use as possible. So the first thing we can do is we can create simple phrases using the directional pad. That lets you ask questions or make statements. The second thing we do is we have a virtual keyboard, and it remembers things that you've entered before, and you just, oop, I meant to say hi there, but anyway.
I don't think Adrian's going to be too happy about that, Scott. Nice one, very
good. We also support USB keyboards, obviously, and the last thing that we do is we say hi over voice chat. Hi, Adrian. Thanks for joining us online today. How are you doing?
Hi, Scott. Thanks for having me. Do you fancy playing a game in a bit?
Well, I'll meet you in the games room. We're going to continue with the demonstration.
So, as Adrian said, you can play some games. So let's go check out some other places that you get as part of the public spaces within Home. The first one of which is a games lounge. So this was invented to create opportunities for social interaction, to allow players in a very low intensity environment to meet, to share, to get to know each other while playing very easy, very simple multiplayer games. And you can see that in this lounge we've got pool tables, we've got arcade machines, and we've got a bowling alley. We've also got video streaming in of the latest, greatest, most highest reviewed PlayStation 2 games you could possibly buy, like God of War 2. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one. And then we have our pool table. You can just walk up, you can join in a pool game, you can play pool, it's all physics-based, it works all embedded inside the world. We can also walk over to our bowling alley, and we can go and have a quick frame of bowling. And Scott's going to show us his misspent youth here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Clearly spending far too much time in the office. And then we have these embedded arcade cabinets. Now, the arcade machines are actually user-definable. You can select which games you want to play, and you can download additional arcade games into the space. This keeps you immersed in the world while you're playing. So while you can play this simple little game, while you can play this really simple little game, you can also bring up the virtual PSP, and you can look around the space, all the while maintaining the immersion, maintaining the communication, maintaining the collaboration, being able to chat with other people. So let's look at some of the other spaces that you can get to within home. Let's bring up our virtual PSP again, and let's go into the world map. Now, we've talked about the public spaces. Let's talk about the private spaces. Everybody in home has their own private apartment that they can visit, and they can customize, and they can extend, and they can trick out. Now, why would you want to do this? Well, it's an opportunity for you to invite your friends, your buddy list, onto your friends list, onto and into your apartment. So let's bring our friend Adrian over into our apartment. And while we're doing that, let's go on a little bit of interior decoration and design. So first thing we can do is change the wallpaper. This is a pretty basic apartment, but very quickly and very easily you can change the look and feel of it by tricking it out with new designs. Nice hearts there, Scott. And if you're a particular fan of a certain game, you could have something like Resistance Fall of Man wallpaper as your chosen wallpaper. And this could become your clan's club room. You could invite your clan back to your space all the time to communicate and to share and to collaborate. You can go and sit on the furniture. You can chat with people that you've invited round to your space. All the communication functionality works anywhere in home. So whenever you see another user, you can have a chat. Now, you can also download additional furniture. The furniture that you can get will either be free or will be premium items, or could be linked to particular games as well. So let's bring in a chair. Now, as we move the furniture around, you'll notice that you have a great deal of control over where you put it, and it's also physics-based. So wherever you want to lay it down, you can do so. You can pile all of your furniture in a big pile in the corner if you so wish. But let's customize the space even more. Let's put a picture frame up on the wall. And what we are able to do is to take any content that is yours, that's on your PlayStation 3 hard disk drive, and display it inside your personal apartment. Anybody who visits your personal apartment will get to see this content streamed to them as well. So here we have a picture frame which we can pin to the wall. Now, that's a great logo, but it's perhaps not the most interesting thing to share in our apartment space here. So let's put in some pictures that we have from our hard disk drive. And here we've got some wonderful slides that we've been showing earlier on. And so here we have the slides, and Scott can point to different parts of the slides. There we go. And he can, yes, of course. Now, I think while that is very interesting and exciting, what we would be better off doing is customizing the experience with some user-created content. So if you will forgive me, I will quickly take your photograph. If we could have the house lights up a little bit, and everybody smile. And anybody who doesn't want to be in this picture, please raise your hand. And then let's take the memory stick out. And we can pop this straight back into our PlayStation 3 here. And you can simply walk up to the picture frame, and you can go for the picture that we've just had from our memory stick. memory stick. Up one, there we go.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah. Oh, it's on machine 4. I'm putting it in the wrong machine, that's why. Okay, so we're not going to find it there. Right. So imagine that I've just taken your picture and you've seen it in there. So now I understand what she was telling me from the side of the stage. Okay, so let's go to another apartment. Let's check out an apartment which we have tricked out a little bit more, which shows a more advanced apartment, an apartment that you could extend the available space by buying a bigger location and also getting more and more furniture. And this is the kind of apartment that we think would be the kind of more upscale space. It's multiple levels. It's got a pool table in it as well. You can see behind us. Let's go back and have a quick look at the pool table. You can have these premium items embedded in your space as well. And we can go down onto the outdoor deck and we can have a look at our friends who are having a party on our space as well. Now, music that we play from our PlayStation 3 hard disk drive can be streamed to other users within the space, but also video. So let's position a PlayStation, let's position a Sony Bravia TV inside the apartment as well. Let's add that in there. And we can walk up to the TV and very simply customize the content that we have on our TV. So here we can put the Casino Royale trailer running live on our Bravia TV. We have proximity-based audio, so when you walk up to things, they sound louder as you get closer to them. And of course, being that this is a real physics-based world, we can move the TV around and do what you've always wanted to do, which is to throw a TV down the stairs. Let's give that one more time. Now you can see that just like in the real world, in the virtual world, your Sony Bravia is a very reliable device indeed. And the video continues to run. Now, let's continue the movie theme and go into another area of the world map that every user has access to, and this is the home cinema. So let's go into our movie theater and see some content which is made available from motion picture studios, from TV studios, and also from users themselves. So we'll run into our theater here, and you can see that we have a large foyer. Down there we have a Spider-Man 3 trailer running, but over to the right and to the left we have user selectable spaces where you can go and get the content that you want to watch when you want to watch it. So let's go down and have a look at the Spider-Man 3 trailer a little bit closer. The posters that are embedded within the space would be dynamically pushed by the service to update you with the latest movies and the latest TV or Blu-ray disc content. And you can see the trailer there. And then we can go back up into the personalized space. Now, what we are able to do here is one of two things. We're working with Grouper, a company that was recently brought into the Sony group of companies, who are one of the leading technology providers for user-created content and aggregating content into this 3D space. So we're very pleased to be working with them. And we can also have specific movies or television shows that you can access just by walking in through the door of your choice and getting to check out the latest trailer. You can go in there with your friends, you can chat with your friends, and you can explore what you think about the movie, you can chat about the movie. This is a very great way of building community around media content at the same time. So home is not just about Sony brands and Sony games. It is a much wider network of connected spaces, and we want to give you a sense of what that would look like when we start to add to the home space individual locations dedicated to either game publishers or to game developers or to individual game titles. Now, over time, this will extend beyond the game arena to include non-game brands as well. So you could imagine a location built around a famous coffee company or built around a famous drinks company, clothing company, record company, retailer, magazine. You can get the idea as this would build out. But we would like to give you a little sense of what this looks like for perhaps a multi-brand publisher who has a number of games within their portfolio, and we'll give you a sense of what we're calling the sports lounge, but could be dedicated to many different kinds of games within home. Now, this is very, very simple to build. As game developers, as content creators, you can reuse the content that you're designing for your own games. It's all using Maya. It's really simple to build these 3D spaces, and we will be providing you with the tools and the SDKs to unlock this and to maximize this. Any surface can be tagged as video. You can have surfaces which are powered by HTML pushed from websites, and you can have individual areas dedicated to games. The way you want to design it as game developers is entirely up to you. If you want to build a temple for Kratos in God of War, even though the game is not yet out on a format, that's great. Those are the kind of things that we would hope to see and encourage you to explore your creativity. You can then go into these little sub-rooms and check out mini-games like a driving range, trying out your skills there, or you could go into a three-point shootout if you had a basketball game. All of these things are really simple, really easy, really powerful ways to build community and socialization around your game brands. And we think this is a very powerful way to very cheaply and quickly access new users. The final part of the home experience that we would like to share with you is something called the Hall of Fame. And this is a brand new experience for the PlayStation Network that we're really pleased to share with you today. Now, the Hall of Fame is a place where you can customize your physical environment to represent the trophies that you have been given by achieving certain milestones in PlayStation 3 titles. You decide which trophy you want to position in the premium cabinets, and you can share this with your friends. You can invite your friends into your Hall of Fame. They can see which trophies you've won for which games and how skilled you are. The trophies are 3D. We will make available a very simple SDK for you to convert your in-game assets into trophies. Trophies can animate, they can have behavior. You can also embed in their video, which might be the definitive lap that you did on Gran Turismo, or the moment that you vanquished the final end-of-level boss in God of War. That kind of thing is possible. And then you can also bring up all the other games that you have played and all the trophies that you have been awarded for those games through this very simple trophy browser. This allows you to look at the front cover artwork of all the games in your collection, and you can dive in and you can see the individual trophies allocated to you by those milestones. So we can go in and see here, as example within Home, what some of those trophies might look like. But it's not just about the games that you own, it's about the entire network of games that are available for PlayStation 3. And being able to see what other people have done on their trophies, and being able to see all the games that you might be purchasing in future in this ever-extending, ever-expanding network of available space as more and more PlayStation 3 games get added. And I think this gives you a sense of where this might go in the future as hundreds and hundreds of titles are made available. You can check out the cool trophies, and that becomes an incentive for users to go and buy your game as well. So, Scott, thank you very much for that demonstration of Home. Really appreciate you taking us on that tour. Thank you. You can see that, let's go back to our slides that we were looking at just now. Let me just summarize a couple of key points for Home for you.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's a unique real-time 3D community for the PlayStation Network. It's avatar-based, rich media, community, communication, and commerce in this elaborate 3D world. It's free to download. It's free to use and launch directly from the cross-media bar, and you can extend the experience through downloadable content. There are public and private spaces for every user and infinitely customizable characters, locations, and accessories. In future, we'll allow you to have pets in your apartment. In future, we'll allow you to have more sophisticated clothing for your user as well. This is all extended through additional downloadable content, a combination of premium items that users will pay for, and free items that will be given into the network by you, game developers, game publishers, and ourselves. It's a very easy platform to create for, both for game and non-game brands to build their communities in this rich 3D world. The large-scale beta trial begins in April, next month. We're already in a private beta right now, and the service is anticipated to launch in the fall of 2007. So that's home. We really look forward to working with you closely on this to build out this fantastic opportunity.